What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Emma if you're new here, and I love to talk about all things Peloton cycling and fitness. So be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. I post every single Sunday. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing another fitness studio class, which I haven't done in a while. I honestly can't remember the last time that I've done a fitness studio class. But let me tell you, Bodyrok has really amped up their advertising. I am going to be doing my first ever Bodyrok class today, which kind of just seems like Solidcore, but in a different font. It is a Pilates inspired class on a mega reformer. And I feel like people do get touchy about that. They're like, it is not Pilates. Which, if it's anything like Solidcore, I agree, but it is still going to be very, very hard. So I am a little bit nervous, although I do feel like I see a lot of stuff online that's like Bodyrok is a little bit easier than Solidcore. And I haven't taken a Solidcore class in a really long time, but I just remember when I took it, it was very, very hard. So I am interested. I did look into it because I feel like this year is the year that I just really started seeing like so many advertisements about Bodyrok, but they actually were founded in 2012 in San Francisco, and then they've opened in NYC since 2019. So they've been around for a while. I kind of wonder if they're just getting more popular because Solidcore is so popular in New York City, and like the classes are getting booked out that people are booking Bodyrok as like an alternative. But I'm interested to see how the workout goes today. I anticipate it'll be very hard. It's a Tuesday morning. I'm taking a 8:30 a.m. obliques and cheeks class. So I don't know, all of them sounded hard. I think this is just what's offered every Tuesday. So we'll see. The description of the workout in general is Bodyrok is Pilates redesigned. Pilates-inspired 45-minute full-body strength training group classes on the custom Bodyrok reformer. Our hybrid Pilates sequence will have you plank, lunge, squeeze, pike, jump, and push your body. The Bodyrok experience is designed to create more energy and increase your metabolism, working for you even after you leave. Come rock with us, beginners welcome. So first off, I never quite understand the whole thing that's like, oh, we're gonna like increase your metabolism after you leave. I feel like a lot of classes claim that, and I like do not know the science behind that at all. Also, another big part of their advertising, which actually isn't mentioned in this description, is that they're like, we can give you a 45-minute workout that is worth a 60-minute workout. Like basically we can condense a 60-minute workout that you're not losing anything by doing a shorter amount of time. And to me, that just means there's going to be absolutely no recovery. Otherwise, I don't really know how that logic works at all. Like, obviously, if you have more time, you can work out more. So we'll see. I really anticipate today to be really hard. My only saving grace is I do like very minimal mat Pilates now, which I did not do when I tried Solidcore. So we'll see. I definitely would consider myself a novice at like any Pilates machine work. And then I would consider myself like a beginner, maybe beginner to advanced beginner on mat Pilates, where like I'll know the moves, I know the call outs, like I can do the 100s, I'll suffer, but I can do it. So I'm very curious to see how today goes. And they really don't give a lot of information if this is your first time. The only advice they give is wear form-fitting clothes, don't wear dangling jewelry. So basically like don't get caught in the machine, and that they require grip socks. So I got my handy dandy Peloton grip socks here, and I'm just ready for my core to be in pain. So let's go walk to Bodyrok. It's a nice morning. See what the class is about, and yeah, we'll see. I'm so interested. I've just been advertised so heavily. So let's go work out. You haven't seen Pilates like this, so we'll see. I can very confidently say my butt is gonna be sore tomorrow, but let's go home and we'll regroup. I have many thoughts, mostly positive. I did enjoy that class, and I feel like the most close thing you can compare it to is Solidcore, and I do think that I like this a little bit more than Solidcore. It's definitely more of a chill vibe, which is nice, but you're still working hard. I mean, I'm definitely going to be sore tomorrow from this, but what am I not from Pilates? I think Pilates is pretty much the hardest thing that you can do to work out, especially because it's not something I do normally. So it's just using muscles that I don't usually use. So I got there, and obviously they can see it's my first class. I do think that they were not extremely pushy about trying to get me to sign up for like new member specials. I feel like that's usually pretty common when you go into these studios for the first time. And they were like, oh yeah, like we have an unlimited deal, but yeah, like basically if you're interested, let us know. And besides that, they like never brought it up again. Like they didn't talk to me after the class or anything. And then she also was like, once you go in there, the instructor will like give you a rundown on the machine. The check-in person did ask if I had been on a reformer before, which I did say yes. So I feel like she kind of assumed I knew what I was doing, which like I kind of know what I'm doing, but yeah, I'll also take any rundown you give me. And then besides that, she's like, yeah, don't go on like either ends because especially since it's like oblique day, we'll be doing stuff on the side and like you never want to be the leader. Like you always want to be able to look off of someone else. And honestly, I'm like, thank you for that advice because there's no reserving machines. Like you just pick whatever you want. And at first I was thinking like, oh, I don't want to be in the center because I don't want to be the center of attention. Like usually if it's a class I like, I will go in the center because I want to be like at the front. But it's actually kind of better to be in the center because then no one's like really looking at what you're doing versus like the ends. People are looking at you for cues. So that was nice advice. Went in, picked the machine, nothing like super special there. The instructor did not come and talk to me until the class had already started. She's like, oh, raise your hand if this is your first time. And she gave like the most quick rundown of the machine. She's basically like, you know, here are the loops, here are the springs. Yeah, here's the carriage. And besides that, like nothing else. I mostly just followed what the people next to me were doing, which for the most part was fine. There was also like a list of exercises on the wall that we could be doing today, but it wasn't like related to the flow of class at all. I guess it was just like, this is what you can expect, which was kind of interesting. We started off, we had a 5-minute core warm up, which was hard. It was hard right from the beginning. And then we did like obliques and glutes on one side and then obliques and glutes on the other side with a little bit of stretch at the end. I think, you know, all the moves are hard. A lot of it has to do with having part of your body on the carriage, which is like the sliding part, and then having your legs be on either side. So then you're using either your core or your glute to move the carriage, which is extremely effective. I was feeling the burn immediately. And yeah, like I definitely had to take a lot of breaks. It was very nice. This instructor, I don't know if it's like the entire Bodyrok or just this instructor, but I feel like it was just a very chill experience. Like compared to Solidcore or, you know, other boutique exercise firms like SoulCycle or Barry's, like the music is blasting, it's dark, it's loud, they're screaming at you. This was definitely like, you know, the music was playing at an appropriate level. The instructor was just instructing you, no yelling. She offered modifications on pretty much every single move, which for the core, it was mostly just go down to your knees instead of be on your toes. And for glutes, it was mostly just like don't go down as much or engage as much into the move. So like if you're doing a split squat, you know, don't go as low if you need to. You also have springs, which like adjust how easy or hard it is to move the carriage. And some moves, it's easier if the carriage is lighter. Some moves, it's easier if the carriage is heavier. But she would always give those modifications like, oh, you know, let's use 2 yellow and 2 black springs, but you can like remove one if you want this to be easier. So I really appreciated that. For form correction, I feel like this is a tricky spot because some people like do not like form correction. I'm very much in the camp that if I'm in the class, I'm paying for the class, I want to be form corrected. Like I can, you know, do incorrect moves at home watching Peloton. So if I'm in the class, I want to be form corrected. I think she corrected me 3 times, but 2 out of the 3 times was like, I was just doing the move straight up wrong. Like one time I was doing the wrong foot. I like didn't realize we switched sides. And then one time I was using like a big loop that we had rather than a small loop. So that was nice that she pointed that out, but that was like, glaringly wrong things. And then one time she came over and like, I don't even really know what she wanted me to form correct, because she just kind of like waved at me. I think she wanted me to move my arms like closer to one side of the carriage than the other, but she didn't even say anything. Like, she is talking, so I guess she doesn't want people to hear her form correct me. But yeah, that would not upset me. So I do wish there was a little bit more form correction. There's 15 people in this class, which in my opinion is like a fairly small class. So I would have loved to see more form correction, but I do think that it's hard because it's like, yeah, some people don't want it, but I definitely want it. My form was definitely not perfect, so I would appreciate more form correction in the future. And then the class was actually only like 40 minutes long, and then with 5 minutes of stretching at the end, which was like semi-led. And then also she's just like, do whatever stretches you want, which I do appreciate, but I do feel like 45 minutes is already kind of short for a class. So even going down to 40, like I would like to work out the whole 45 minutes and then, have 5 extra minutes at the end to stretch if we wanted. And then at the end, they also gave us one wipe to wipe down the machine ourselves, which I feel like this is a whole discourse where we shouldn't have to wipe down the machines, which I kind of agree with for the price of these classes. For me, it's more that I don't think that people are wiping down the machines efficiently in one wipe. It's not like that big of a deal because I'm going to shower right after this. But yeah, I would prefer for like, cleaning professionals to really get in there. Like one wipe is like nothing to wipe down the machine. And the only other thing is that when I did come in, on the website, they do say you need grippy socks. In person, she was like, you can use grippy socks, or if you only have regular socks, that's fine too. Which I do think like, that's nice because she knew it was my first time. So it's like, if you don't have grippy socks, they don't make you buy them on the spot. But I do think that you are going to have a bad time if you don't have grippy socks. I do really appreciate that they don't let you do it barefoot, because I think that it's kind of gross, especially since you're only getting one wipe to wipe down the machine. But yeah, with just regular socks, it's going to be hard. For example, we did things like where we had our front foot on the non-moving part, the platform, and then our back foot on the carriage, and we were like, doing a kickback. And yeah, without the grippy socks, I think you would like literally slide off. Like you do need some friction to like kind of keep your feet into place. So I would highly not recommend doing this without grippy socks. Like you are going to have a bad time. I don't know if that was just the studio that they were trying to be nice, but thankfully I did have grippy socks, so it was not an issue there. I also don't know if this is a studio location, like I took it on the Upper East Side. Time that it's 8:30 a.m. So it's like kind of early in the morning, although like when I was going to Equinox, I was doing workout classes at like 5:30 a.m. or 6 a.m. So I don't feel like 8:30 is that early. But man, this class was silent. Like nobody talked. Everybody just waited till the instructor started. The class itself was very quiet. Like the instructor was chill. The music was like not super, super loud. Like it was definitely loud enough, but it wasn't like blaring. And since it is like low impact moves, there's not like a lot of grunting or anything. It was just like a very low energy class in my opinion. And obviously I'm not looking too closely at other people, but other people are definitely also taking a lot of breaks, which I get because you essentially have no recovery. Like there's very, very little recovery in between switching the moves, but I guess the idea is just to take your own recovery, which in a class like this, I don't mind. And yeah, I just like modified a lot. Like I was on my knees a lot. I do not do Pilates often, but I did think that it was a good class and an effective class. In the future, I would definitely be interested in taking more classes from them. I definitely like this a lot more than Solidcore based on being a beginner. Like I feel like you could do Bodyrok for a long time, and then maybe once you were like really comfortable there, you could like go up to Solidcore. But although Bodyrok was hard, I was like, I could see myself doing this a couple times a week versus Solidcore. I just feel like my core strength is not there, that I just like cannot even do it. So this feels a lot more attainable, and I would agree that Bodyrok feels a little bit easier than Solidcore. And I do think there's something to be said, I wasn't very sweaty. Definitely low impact and low intensity, which is nice, but also like a good workout. We were definitely still working. I'm going to be sore tomorrow. So overall, I really, really liked it, and I liked it more than I thought I would. So who knows, maybe I will become a Bodyrok girly. But for me, I think when I'm not doing strength or cardio, my preferred workout is still yoga over Pilates, but one day I will graduate to Pilates. So I think those are all my thoughts on Bodyrok. Let me know if you've ever taken it, if so, what you think, and if you think there's like a different vibe in different locations, because I do feel like, you know, Upper East Side has a reputation. We're a little more laid back, a little more chill. So I'd be interested to see like what the other studios were like. And if you like any other boutique fitness classes, definitely let me know. I'm always interested to try new ones. That is it for this video. I hope you guys are staying safe, having an awesome week, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.